guys? DLE Kamel here, and we're talking about more anniversary leaks. We got Imperial Joker Structure Deck EX here to talk about. Some pretty interesting cards, not really what I was looking at, what I was expecting in a structure deck, but let's see. I don't really know what this stuff does, so we'll have to see. So, with the UR card, we got Arcana Knight Joker. And this is just an alternate art. This is the regular card. Wow, I thought this was a retrain or something. I thought this was a new card, but no, this is just an alternate art Arcana Knight Joker. We already have this card in Duel Links, actually. He's in a main box. So this is just him getting a thing. Right? Arcana Knight Joker. Is Arcana Knight Joker in Duel Links? Yeah. Same guy, he's in Duel Links, but this is just alternate art. Alright, just making sure. Generation Next main box. Okay. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above materials. Once per turn, when a spell and trap card or a monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, you can discard the same type of monster, spell, or trap, and then negate the effect. Now, 3800 attack, extremely powerful monster with an effect that targets itself, that protects itself from targeting effects. Now, targeting effects for Duel Links have been the main form of removal for basically the game's entire existence, but we do have a lot of cards now that remove without targeting. You know, mainly, you know, Neil Sealand, man, that card is messing people up right now, and it does not target. But let's see what these other added cards do to kind of buff this guy up. So we're getting Fusion Gate in this as well. Pretty powerful card. A lot of people used to use their dream ticket on this thing. Now you're gonna be able to get it in a structure deck for the first time. So a lot of people are probably mad at this. We're gonna get Arcana Triumph Joker. This is a light level 10. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and Jack's Knight from your hand and or face-up monster zone to the graveyard. Special summon this card. This card gains 500 attack times the combined number of cards in both players' hands. You can discard one card and destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls with the same type as a discarded card. So, whoa, this is pretty nice. So, although this card itself does not have a way of protecting itself like Arcana Knight Joker, this card is on the offensive. So, Arcana Knight Joker is kind of defending itself, but this card is going on the offensive. So 500 times the amount of both players' hands. So I'm just thinking, you know, after you play your entire turn, you're pretty much going to empty out your hand. Your opponent is going to empty out their hand. This card is, I don't think this card is ever really going to have more than around like 2,000 or so attack. I don't think this card is ever really going to have more than 3,000 unless you just get to a game state where you and your opponent are just like sitting with like a bunch of cards in your hand, or maybe you play stuff where you can draw a lot. But its effect is pretty good. Discard and destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls of a certain type. This is going to be really good against Mech Knights, you know, being able to threaten their trap card just with this by discarding stuff from the hand. You don't have to tribute stuff either. So anything that is special summonable by not summoning it, not having to get rid of resources on the field to bring out and then force your opponent's interruption resources, is a very good card. And Arcana Triumph Joker is I don't know, it's a little bit of added stuff that the deck needs, although it is not a quick effect. You can't activate it during your opponent's turn, which kind of sucks a little bit, but it would be really busted if you could do that. So we got Imperial Bower here. This is a light level 4 warrior. If you control no other monsters, you can tribute this card. Take 2 different monsters from your deck among Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight, King's Knight, Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and or Jack's Knight, and either add them to your hand or special summon each monster. You can only use this effect of Imperial Bower once per turn. So this is gonna do a couple things, right? So for Arcana Knight Joker, you can only fusion summon them like this, and for Fusion Gate, you need the fusion materials to be oh no, they can be in the hand. So Imperial Bower, I guess, yeah, it will just get you the materials to your hand or the field for you to then use for Fusion Gate, or, you know, fuse in any way, since you can add them to your hand and fuse the fusion spell, whatever you will do. But yeah, this is really good support for, you know, getting the fusion summon going. I like it. Painful Decision. We already have this in Duel Links. And it's going to send a level 4 lower normal monster from your deck to the graveyard and then add cards with the same name as that card to your hand. Pretty good. And this card was only in a really weird box before. So it was an SR Dream Ticket pickup before. Now it's in a structure deck. I know for a fact I've used selection Dream Ticket SRs on Painful Decision before. I'm looking kind of foolish now. All right. Ooh, they have their own fusion spell. Base card Fusion. Fusion summon one Light Warrior Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If you control Queen's Knight, King's Knight, or Jack's Knight, you can use one monster from your deck as fusion material. Whoa ho ho. So this is pretty interesting. All you have to do is summon one of the monsters, and then you only need one of the other ones in your hand, and then you can get the third one from your deck. I really like that. You only need 2 out of the 3 materials, and then you're gonna have what you need. So I really like that a lot. As opposed to, this is kind of on the same level as Moonlight Fusion, right? Being able to fuse from the deck when your opponent has an extra deck monster. Now all you have to do, like, you don't have to do anything else than have the resource in your hand. Like, you can just of course you have to commit your normal summon that turn to King's Knight or Jack or Queen's Knight instead of like Imperial Bower, right? Being able to search them. So that is the only caveat. If you use Imperial Bower, you will not be able to use from the deck, because then you won't have one of these cards on the field. Oh, well, that's not true, dude. Because of the Imperial Bower, you can special summon them from the deck, and then you'll get the effect of face card fusion. Oh man, this is a really sick fusion combo. I actually really like that. So, Joker Straight. This is a normal spell. You can discard one card, special summon one Queen's Knight from your deck, add one King's Knight or Jack's Knight from your deck to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one monster. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Light Warrior monsters. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Light Warrior monster in your graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Light Warrior monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, add this card to your hand. Okay. So, you're going to get, once again, you're going to get 2 materials, and you're going to get... So, these are going to be materials that you need to immediately make the fusion summon. So, right after this, you will be able to fusion summon, because you'll have Queen's Knight on the field, and you'll have the other material in your hand. And then, you can normal summon one monster. So it is ensuring that you will have 2 monsters on the field from the archetype. So you'll be able to fuse from the field for sure. And then that's it. Then it just locks you to Light Warriors. So Light Warriors, you're also going to be able to play Excalibur in the extra deck, right? And I'm sure there are some other Warrior Exeases, or if there are any Light Warrior links, that's what you'll have to play as well. Nothing else. Alright, so Goddess Bow. This is a Claw Hermos card. Okay, so the rest of this is Hermos and then the cards themselves. So, what do I think about this structure deck? Yeah, wait a second. There is something important here. Where is King's Knight? Is King's Knight not in this box? Where do you get King's Knight from? I'm gonna assume that he is just not, that this is just not in the leaks right now. King's Knight has to be in this structure deck. There's no way they have this and King's Knight is not here. I really just noticed that King's Knight is not in this. He's gonna, he has to. That just said he's in Generation Next. He's a rare. They're not gonna make you dig through that to get King's Knight, dude. There's no way. So I think it's just an error. Look, King's Knight is even down here in the thing, right? You see him, King's Knight. He's down here in the card leak. So King's Knight's gonna be there. But oh look, oh snap! There's some Raid Raptors down here too. Oh man, that's another separate video, dude, about Raid Raptors. Let's go. Okay. But Imperial Joker, I think that this gives you a little fun fusion combo. It has the Arcanine Joker. It gives you a good main deck monster that can wipe the boards of certain amounts of cards. And is this card once per turn? No, it is not, dude. Look at that. This card is not even once per turn. So if you have Monster Spell and Trap in your hand, you can wipe your opponent of all cards. So I think this card is really interesting. Just, of course, again, these cards have no protection. This card has no protection. Arcanine Joker only protects itself from targeting. So I don't know. You're still going to have to come in heavy in the Spell and Trap department. And these cards in the graves don't really protect any of your monsters, right? Face card fusion just makes getting out the fusion easier. It doesn't offer you any protection afterwards, and neither does Joker's Stray. It just makes setting up for your fusion easier and getting your materials, but it doesn't really protect you either. It just gets you a Light Warrior back into your deck. So that's it, but we'll let you reuse the card, but nothing else. So do I think the structure deck is worth picking up? No. I think it is just a fun strategy. I don't think it will be meta. I think it will be an interesting rogue deck, but not something that you have to buy at all. It's going to be 1,000 gems at 1, not worth it. You need this deck. You need to play this deck at 3 copies, because you're going to need 3 of the fusion. You're going to need 3 Joker Straight, and you're going to need 3 red Imperial Bower, and several Triumph Joker. And yeah, it's just not going to happen unless you want to fully commit. And even then, the deck is not going to be super duper good. It's not going to really mesh with any meta decks out right now, so its potential is super duper limited. But yeah, guys, that's what I think about the Imperial Joker Structure Deck EX. It's going to be a little fun fusion strategy. If you like these, or you like picking up the structure decks to get a complete and competent deck, check it out. I think it's going to be a solid rogue deck, but nothing more than that. So peace out, guys. Thank you for coming through, and I'll see you around.